Good morning or evening, friends. I'll be friendly announcer. And I've got some serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster. Could turn your joy in. I'm going to stop right there because I'll keep on singing. Hey, family. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever side of the diaspora that you are on, let me welcome you to the mental house once again. Hi, I am your host, Khadijah. I've been away for a couple days. Had to get some work in, and but I missed you guys. So we'll see if we can just catch up and make up for some lost time, because it's just been a lot going on and a lot that I want to make a comment about. But first and foremost, just with this video, I first want to make sure I give acknowledgement and give thanks, because God has really, really been good to me. And things that we acknowledge and think about are the things that we get more of. And I want to get more grace. I want to get more love. And I want to be able to be more of a beacon of light. So with that being said, I am so grateful this morning. And I hope that you can find something in your life, no matter how bad things are, and that is to be thankful and be grateful for, because God is faithful even when we aren't. And I'm sure that he's been good to you, or she's been good to you, or whatever higher power, whatever you deem, whatever you see as the source bigger than yourself, or whether you see something bigger than yourself or not, whatever it is that you look to give you energy, pay homage to that. If it's just 5 minutes, take that time and thank that energy. Thank God for your life, because it can be snubbed out so fast in the twinkling of an eye. And just being on the planet long enough, I've seen it. I got a lot of friends that I started out with that ain't here right now. So, and I'm sure as a lot of you do. So I would hope that in 2016, we learn how to incorporate more gratefulness into your lives. Learn how to be more thankful. Okay? Because if you learn how to be more thankful, I promise you, the universe will set it up and you will get more things to be grateful for. Okay? Trust me on that. Because when I was waddling in my own self-pity and waddling in my own misery and woe is me, and why did this happen to me, and I was in a 17-year relationship, and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I just got more and more and more and more of that drama and depression and everything else. And in the minute that I decided to surrender it all to something bigger than me, is the minute that things begin to get better. And I'm not saying that there's some nebulous thing came and just changed my life to the degree that I never have challenges. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that I changed my perspective. Damn, and the narrative changed. It was a paradigm shift when I changed my expectations, and when I changed my mind. I got rid of a lot of stinking thinking that wasn't doing me any good, thinking that I had inherited, and I had to get rid of it. Even if it made the group angry, I had to get rid of it. Even if it made the clan that I belonged to angry, I had to get rid of it. Because I realized that when I lay this body down to die, I'm not going to lay it down with all the black people. I'm not gonna lay it down with all the white people, red people. I'm gonna lay this individual soul, um, this individual body down by myself, and my soul shall go on by itself. So I know damn well when I make when I make some decisions, now I have to make the decisions that are based in truth, not in regurgitated information, because I think that, well, again, that's gonna be a story for another show. So we don't want to preach today. I just want to remind y'all that, okay? Because I haven't seen you in a couple of days, and I just want to acknowledge that. But y'all, I spend a lot of time. I'm gonna share a story with y'all today, because this is one of the reasons why I've been missing in action for a couple of days. As a lot of you know, I used to run a group home, and it was a group home that was allowed to house from 5 to 8-year-olds, male and female, and oof, oof, it was a bit much. My children had been traumatized. My children had been neglected, abandoned, abused, and I just want to, that I take so I take very seriously. I take very seriously our behavior and our aura around children, because I know that they are sponges, and I also know that, sometimes we as parents set our children up for some stuff that even we not even able to handle. In this case, I'm going to mention 3 young men who are now a little older, and when I was privy to them, one was 11, one was 9, and one was 5. And I, at that time, was working in a facility that housed children. It was a treatment center, actually, before these kids could go back home or to a foster care situation, or wherever they needed to go, because there was just so much degradance and filth going on at the house. Well, this particular story with these 3 young men stuck out on me because I saw one of their cousins on yesterday, and I asked how the young men were doing. And one of them, which is the middle one, the 9-year-old, when the incident happened, he's just not faring very well. And this 9-year-old is now 16, I think they told me. Yeah, 16. So to kind of give you a little example of what happened. Well, to give you a little short synopsis of the story, the mother wanted to go party, like I told you the other day about the woman that wanted to party so damn bad that she left her baby in the house with the rats, and the rats ate the baby, killed the baby, ate his throat out, face, fingertips, everything, because the bitch wanted to she wanted to go party, whatever. Okay? This mother left these 3 young men. 2 of them were brothers, and the 5-year-old was their cousin. And she left the 11-year-old to babysit the 14-month-old. There was one other child, was a 14-month-old. So it was an 11-year-old in the house, a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and an 11-month-old. Yes, 11-month-old. Okay. To expedite the story, I'm sure y'all want me to hurry up. I'm going to tell you what happened. The mama went to go party because she had to get a party on, party on, party on. And she left the 11-year-old in charge of all the children. Well, when she came back home, the 11-year-old, the 9-year-old, and the 5-year-old burnt the child up, burnt the child with cigarettes, stuck him with all kinds of forks, and the infant, that is. Whipped him, all types of manners of craziness they did to the infant. And of course, when she came home and she saw this, she quickly dialed the ambulance because the infant was lethargic and all. She seen all these marks and stuff on it, and they ended up. Well, they first said they didn't know what happened. The 9-year-old ended up confessing. Make a long story short, the baby subsequently died, and the children went to treatment centers. Middle child now is 16 years old, and he's having all kinds of emotional and mental problems, as I'm sure the 11-year-old and the 5-year-old are going to as well. But what got me the most about this situation, and I thought about it when I saw their relative and we talked briefly, is I'll never forget the 9-year-old said to me, do you think God is going to punish me for what I did? The other two didn't have any, the 11-year-old didn't have any remorse whatsoever. The 5-year-old was too little to even understand what the hell had went on. They just, cajoled him to doing little things that he didn't know what he was doing. So he didn't have a feeling one way or the other. But the 11-year-old didn't show any remorse. At least the last time I was in contact with him. The 9-year-old had a lot of guilt, again, and shame, and just a repentance around what he had done. And he got it. And when he asked me that question, it pierced my heart, because all I saw was a little baby that had hurt another baby. And I was thinking, what had happened in this house prior to this incident that would make those children so angry, so violent, so uncaring about a baby, so disassociated from their feelings that they could do that to a baby, that it really, really disturbed me. It disturbed me then, and it disturbed me now. And there's a lot of us that are growing up right now, and we're growing children up, and we are not validating them, okay? And they are being isolated in terms of their feelings, and their feelings are left to run rampant, okay, negatively and positively. And I share that story because that young man is now 16 years old, and he's still living in some kind of mental hell. And I asked, were they getting any help for him? And she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, well, the incident is over and everything is done, and he's home now, and we're doing the best we can, So I took that as a no. And so I left her with, I hope you can find the right doctor, the right person for him to talk with, because I wouldn't want that to mark his soul up to the point where he feels that he needs to continue that behavior because he's such a bad person. That's the only thing that came to my mind. Because now he's a 16-year-old. And that remorse, it can be remorse, or it can be the opposite of it. He can become a holy terror. So I wanted to share that story with you today, so you can love on your children, your nephews, your nieces. Validate them even when their parents say, look at them right in the eye and tell them that they are important, that you love them. And make sure that they heard. Because we got a lot of them wounded babies out here. And as I always say, hurt people hurt. And to the extent that they'll hurt is to the extent of how we've shown them love. Okay? So I'm going to be back later with a few topics, since I got a chance to come back and see my family. I'm glad that you're out there. And so if you like what you hear, please like and subscribe, and join me next time in the mental house, because I'm going to be back. Thanks. Bye-bye.